Hey, my friend. Okay, so I'm using these cards because these are like birthday cards and they're fun, but um, I've never used them exclusively for a read, and I've never done a 12-month read before like this. And then I'm also using playing cards, cartomancy, to give information. But I want to do this reading in like two different parts. I'm going to read it intuitively off of what I see right now, first impressions, and then I'm going to actually go into the deck because I'm trying to learn right now and teach myself too. What the cards say, what the more is, and then I'm going to come back to the video and I'm going to finish it off with uh, what each house means more in detail, where I think, and like a synopsis or like a deciphering of what it is. Anyway, so your first house, which is about yourself, how you look, it's usually ruled by Aries, but this is talking about moon in Virgo. And the moon in Virgo is about just kind of like getting control of like a partying or animal nature. Like that's how you're gonna look. You're gonna look a little bit or feel a little bit like controlling of yourself, controlling of your anger, controlling of things, and really try to put things into an orderly way. But I do see a lot of spiritual growth here. I'll let you see what the card looks like. And so, yeah, you're going to be almost kind of like held in a little bit, something like that, and just trying to grow, but grow a lot of things. And it feels like stages. When I first seen that card, though, before I decided how I was going to read the read and all this stuff, I actually thought that you're going to do a lot of spiritual growth this year, and you're going to actually, yourself as a person is going to level up spiritually. I guess yourself as a spirit. Anywho, okay, and the second house, which is about your value, it's usually ruled by Taurus. It's your home, it's how you make money, it's how you take care of yourself, the things you buy, all that stuff. You have flattery here, which is Venus in Gemini. So it's going to be split love. Your value, your monetary, and your love and your relationships are going to be pulled in two different directions. That's going to come up, and you're not going to know kind of which way to go with it. Um, yeah, you're going to be trying to grow something, but it's a three energy. Three energy is about flying away from the two, and trying to grow something. But like maybe you're going to be having, it's just going to kind of feel like you're not sure what is of value, because there's almost like two sides to yourself, what who you want to be and how you see things, but also where you've come from and kind of like how you grew up is influencing what you have now and making it hard to see face to face. But if you do see face to face with someone and communicate looking at them with your face, like focused in on them and where you're at now, you're going to grow beautiful things, prestigious things, healthy things. Yep. That could also be too just about being the breadwinner, uh, or bringing a baby into the world. Like that's a lot, right? Okay, third house here says romance, and third house is your where you work. It's your short distance trips. It's the people you see every day. It's your coworkers, that kind of stuff. Your siblings, and this one is called romance, and it is Venus in Taurus. So Venus in Taurus would be about romance and being at home, and look at that, you and your person and the baby and all that kind of stuff. That's gonna be your life, all that. But also it's a little bit it's just really homebody. It's really nice. Sorry, this is getting to be long, but I thought this would be fast. But your, let me see, one, two, three, four, your fourth house, right? Yeah, is fortune. And the fourth house is your home, where you're living, how you grow up, your emotions, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Is the sun in Leo, which this is kind of difficult because Sun in Leo is usually the fifth house, which is children and romance and all that kind of stuff. And so like to have this in your house of home, which is supposed to be quiet and exhausting and chill and relaxing, and it's your emotional world and all that kind of stuff, it almost feels like this is going to be either a place of fucking like lottery, you're going to hit the lottery and it's going to be absolutely incredible here, or it could be, and based off the rest of the spread, that your energy comes out too strong, like it's all about you, your house, your rules, like that kind of stuff, like you're in a lionistic way, angry in some fashion here. Yeah, it's about you more so than about the feminine. But you have the moon in Virgo, which is how you look. So it could be that you're being very perfectionistic and very calculative, in a loving way, in a feminine way, in just how you are showing up in your life. Um, and that house, the fourth house, would be a particular house of importance. So now your fifth house, the house of Leo, children, dating, romance, fun, theater, entertainment, all that stuff, is the house, it's enthusiasm. But it's a ninth card, so it's the end of, it's letting go of enthusiasm, it's letting go of all that kind of stuff, because it's the sun in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, which is good, but you're wanting to kind of like grow beyond. You're wanting to focus on what you want to focus on. And so there's going to have to be letting goes of some things here, because I don't know. It's going to have to be letting go of some parts of yourself that keeps you separated from other things. Like it's almost you just compartmentalized, it feels like. I'll show you the card. Sagittarius is about going far, shooting far. It's the wounded warrior. It is Chiron. So to have that in your fifth house is good, but there's an ending of maybe fun, or maybe you won't be able to go places and do things as you normally would, because you're having to have, you have so much order on what you're growing. Everything's kind of plotted, and therefore you're pulled in two directions, but you really want, you need to face what it is, you know, you're the partner there so you can grow what you want. Um, and your life is going to be filled with the romance that you have, uh, and focusing on your home, but that puts an end to the enthusiasm and the growth within the home. This could be your child, the growth within the home. The sixth house, which is the naturally ruled by Virgo, it's our health. You also have another moon card. So who you are and how you show up in the world and what your body is like and what you do every day is health. And so, and that's on an axis together. It's the moon again, moon in Sagittarius this time though. So really fun, really exciting, kind of all over the place. So maybe you're going to be breaking new grounds. You're going to be growing in new directions this year. But it's also a nine. So it's letting go of one part of yourself um, for another. Yeah, I think music is really going to ground you this year. Friends are really going to be there with you this year, and that kind of stuff. So hoping for the future, planning for the future, growing, being of service in this area spiritually, through signs. Uh-huh. That's interesting to see that horse with a water tail. I wonder what the mythology is on that. It just makes me think like maybe you're going to be focusing on or incorporating some type of mythology this year. Uh, your seventh house, which is usually ruled by Libra, relationships, is another sun card, and it's sun in Aquarius, so quirky, weird, kind of all over the place, strange. So online relationships, online connecting, which is probably why, because you're going to be at home and focusing there. And it's about idealism. And so you're going to be watering your relationships this year, but still keeping it a little bit separate with what you're doing. But definitely online relationships. It's the card 11. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, but 11 is a master number. So this is talking about, uh, it's called the master builder. So a lot of building on relationships this year, building on things. Your eighth house, which is ruled by Scorpio, it's a water house. Your death, sex, and taxes house has Venus in Virgo here, and it's called discrimination. So, and look, there's the potted plants again. There's something really about putting things and growing them where you want them to be, how you want it to be. And I see a lot of beauty here, but there's something to be discriminating about. And it's about relationships and balance in relationships and what is important and how, I don't know, I just think you're going to really want to have every control this year. Control and order in your love relationships. Uh-huh. That's kind of what's coming through. Okay, your ninth house, which is the house of Sagittarius, which is far distance travel, going away, philosophy, learning, all that stuff is Saturn in Leo. So your Leo house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is also the other Sag house, is about letting go of your enthusiasms, because your ninth house has definite Saturn on it. It's father time. Things are going to be a little bit difficult this year, but you're going to be distributing knowledge or growing as a father, and power, something like that. But Saturn is about delays, and Leo is about itself. So you're going to have to put yourself and your wants and your things and instead bring hope and growth. And I think you're going to be like teaching or distributing knowledge or value or something like that this year, but you're going to be doing it in a way that's kind of alone. Like, look at this sage, right? Everybody's hungry for his stars he's allotting out, but he's on a different level. And that could be the house that you level up in. Kate, you're not, wait, 8, no, that was 9. So 10th house is your exaltation. It is about the highest you're going to achieve this year, and it's Moon and Taurus. And I fucking love Moon and Tauruses. They're the best. They're absolutely the best. Lots of sex, lots of hanging out, good food, chilling at home, building things. Look at that. Might even be maybe another pregnancy. Look, that looks like fallopian tubes there, right? And that's in your 10th house. So this is what you're going to be focusing on this year: growing your family, yeah, bringing beauty. But again, there's a separation, it feels like. Yeah, between, or this could just be the baby that was growing is now here, and that's the focus of your life, which is why in the 5th house, which is children, is your fortune. Um, your 11th house, which is your friends. Yeah, lots of choice here. You got Mars in Libra, which means that's not a very good thing, because Mars is very fighty, warrior, and Libra is very balanced. So you're going to have to be balancing your choices and your masculinity and what you want to fight about, because look how everything is just disjointed here. This person who's blind is holding the scales, and this one's all, you know what I mean? It just feels like this person has the sword, but they're blind, they can't see, because they're like, justice, justice, but it's not really that way. So whatever you make of that. And also, I think you're gonna have to make choices between family, home, friends, and what's balanced and all this type of thing. Lastly, your 12th house, which is usually ruled by Pisces. Sorry, the 11th was Aquarius. Pisces is talking about it's bluff. Jupiter in Gemini. But this again looks like another warrior here. It's a 3 card, which is about flying away from something. But the 12th house is where the sun sets. It's right behind us. We can't ever see. So it's the house of self undoing. It's what will fuck us up. And so you bluffing, or you being blind, or you feeling like you are separate from the people, because look at the stars here, separate from the people, and that you have all the power balancing, because there's a bluff here. Like, maybe it's not you that has all the power distributing the stars or whatever it is, right? I don't know. Just be careful for decisions, blind decisions. But that could also be where you get, because Jupiter is the planet of like spiritual growth, so it could be that that's the house that you get the most growth through. I don't know though, because it's the only card that has a triangle on it. No other card has that. And the other 3 cards are, the only other third card is your 2nd house. Yeah, you know what this looks like? Part of how you grew up, your ideas with money, your values, what's important to you, how to rule a home, how to live a life, that kind of stuff is going to be coming up, and it's going to be tricking you this year, because these 2 cards are tied together. So a bluff and flattery. So maybe don't think that people are just trying to, or maybe there could be a bluff coming in your 2nd house by someone who's trying to flatter you and trick you, but you can see the whole picture. But you can't, because you're blindfolded over here. It can't be that either. Just notice how the hands are here. A give and a take. A give and a take. There's a balance here. So in order to be balanced with these people, though, because this face does not look balanced, this does. These 2 people talking and growing something is balanced. That is not. Yeah. Okay. I see what we're already at 15 minutes. I'm so sorry. Jesus. Card reading is so long. Or maybe I talk too much. Anyway, so going back through this, because I also did pull cartomancy cards, and I just want to read you what the statement says before I analyze what this means and come back and tell you kind of like the overview. I won't go break down each card again or each house. I'll give you just a quick synopsis of what this year has in store for you and what areas of your home, what to kind of expect, okay? Um, oh, and also you can look at these 12 cards as month one, month two, month three, that type of thing. So in your second house, the house of flattery, it says, do not wait too long before saying yes. So maybe you're saying no, because you're split. You can't make a decision. You don't have, there's no compromising here. You're just kind of like unsure. There's something to say yes to in your finances. The third house, which is your romance house, this one, it is saying you will hear something unpleasant. So there's going to be something unpleasant that you hear in your relationship. Your sixth house, which is the optimism card, this one, it says you are going to marry more than one. So, I don't know, maybe this is about having two different commitments, two different ideas, or something like that. You're going to be kind of split in your health, your everyday. It's also called the house of bad fortune. Um, your service, something like that, is going to be joyous. But again, hold that in mind. There's something about letting go here. But mind you, your birth card is the Nine of Spades, and that's a 9 card. So maybe it's about more than one. You have to marry someone other than yourself this year in your day-to-day because it brings health. Because misfortune will come through every day only being married to yourself or only having your own. I don't know. The Nine of Spades is kind of like it's a selfless card. It gives of itself all the time. And so maybe this is about not giving so much of yourself, but also another in a committed way. The um, the 10th house, sorry, the 7th house is the 10 happiness from an unexpected source. So that's actually pretty good. The 7th house is idealism. Yeah. So happiness from an unexpected source, whatever that means. 8th house, discrimination, says guests coming, sorry, I pronounced that so weird. Guests coming bring trouble. So guests coming bring trouble to your 8th house of death, sex, and taxes. It could be that a baby comes and it makes it hard for you guys to have sex. Even though you have Taurus over here, maybe that's what it's saying. What house is this? 1, 2, 3. Your third house, which is where you're at every day, your relationships. That's the Taurus and Venus house, wanting romance, but you can't because there's a baby over there shooting an arrow, getting in the way all the time. Maybe that is what it is. The 9th house is your, what was that, exaltation? Yeah, exaltation house. This one says death of a friend. And so I know that sounds bad, especially because this is about your relationship and this is about sex. But if it is the death of a friend, maybe sex is really a good, healthy part of your relationship, but now it's not going to be coming in, and that could be the friend that has death. I don't know. The Ace of Spades is always a weird one. The wait, the 9th house was generosity, and the 10th house was exaltation. I think I messed that up. Discrimination in your 8th house because guests coming bring trouble. That's what it was. Ah, shit, I totally messed that up. Well, I think it's meant to be anyway. Whatever you're getting from this, I'm not sure if it's much. It was meant to be that way. So I'm just going to go back through it. I'm just going to keep going. The 10th house, exaltation, sorry, was not the death of a friend. That was in the generosity. Generosity, where is it? This house. This one is the Ace of Spades, death of a friend. So maybe that's what that is. You have a lot of friends, but now you're away from them. Something like that. Now the next one is exaltation, which is this one, sorry. It says, the best friend you have will help you, and a woman is coming between you and your beloved. I don't know. The 11th house, nothing. But the 12th house, this is a longer one. And it says, wait, where's the 11th house one? It was bluff. This one. Okay, it says, a serious quarrel, reconciliation depends on you. You will soon have cause to forget your money troubles. And you are going to marry sooner than you expect. And a present will be offered to you. Refuse it. Forgive, but do not trust again. I don't know. So a present will be offered to you, but do not trust it. That kind of sounds like that quote. I was offered a box of darkness once, and it took me a long time to realize that that too was a gift. The 12th house is our house of self-undoing. So maybe this person's on guard, and they had a death of a friend, they lost someone before, and now they've closed themselves off a little bit. This is the spiritual house. So if you're going to level up, it's going to be here, and it's going to be in regards to not trusting people, refusing things when people offer gifts, right? Gifts could be anything like time, an apology, not fighting, whatever it is, right? Yeah, and then a serious quarrel, reconciliation depends on you. If there is any fighting or anything like that, I think it's going to be mainly kind of within you. There's a lot of greatness that's coming this year, but it's also uh, it's about trusting people. This feels like the the pinnacle of what you could get this year is um, having to make choices, splitting decisions, but also marrying more than one thing more than yourself, committing to more than one thing more than yourself, not being the wield of justice, especially since the fourth house. This is kind of what skewed this. The fourth house being so fire. Like, I mean, that's where the moon lives. If we had the sun show up where the moon is at night, it would fucking burn everybody. We need to have that, the give and take, the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine. And since the sun, you, all this is so blazing in the fourth house, it's really kind of like egotistical. And I say that only because the sun is fucking egotistical. Everything is about the sun. Everything revolves around the sun. The sun brings life to everything, but yet it can so easily burn if that one thing gives too much hardcore attention. And yeah, maybe just try and focus every day on growing things with kindness and through seeing eye to eye. Yep, 21 minutes. My bad, my friend. I'm going to upload this in two different parts, or else YouTube will take forever. My phone will take forever to download an edited video. So, and then I'll give an overview if it needs to come to that. Maybe it's just this one video. If it is, okay, I hope that helps. If not, whatever. Anyway, no, I need to stop thinking it's not going to. Anyway, I'm so sorry I miss you. I'm sorry I'm all over the place lately. I just been I don't know. Everybody wants card readings these days, and I love it. But I'm in the zone to like want a card learn. So I hope that spread was good. If you want to do an actual spread like how I would normally read, because I know I'm good at those skills, then let's do it. If I guess that's it. Now I'm just rambling. Now I'm really making the video longer. Okay, big hugs. Actually, I do want to make another video because I feel like I was kind of negative about that, and I want to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.